Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kais and today we're playing Ruby Storm once again. I got a ton of awesome feedback on my last video, and one of the people that is in the Patreon section of the Discord mentioned, why don't we just combine some of the recent tech? So that's what we're doing here today. We're going to be taking our Sprouting Vines, which searches for basic land card with Storm. We're playing a bunch of basic lands, 10 basic lands in the deck, and then we're also going to be playing the Kessig Flame Breather plus Snake Umbra, which allows you to just draw your deck as soon as you get that going, because you're going to cast spells and draw cards. So essentially we are going to be playing the two best ways to draw our deck. This one is somewhat fragile, but this one is less fragile and slower. So we have explosive and fragile and slow and resilient, plus if we get this off, the big score and Pirate's Pillage end up being mana positive once we get 3 cost reducers in play. We also have 8 Ren's Resolve effects to continue to draw cards, and then this also helps our sideboard plan because Snake Umbra is not very good against removal-based decks, so we can try to lean into the Sprouting Vines version of the combo with the Feldon's Cane to eventually loop, using Apostle's Blessing or Pyroblast where needed, and then Weather Storm as well. If you're interested in sideboard guides for the decks I like to play, that's all on patreon.com/Kais. And if you want early access to videos, that's on the YouTube membership. If you like this, make sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Also, check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. Let's get into some matches. All right, match number 1, we're on the play. I didn't note, but I've cut Lotus Petal from this deck because I think there is not enough room for stuff, and the Pirate's Pillages do a good job at mana fixing, so we'll see if that's going to work out. We have no cost reducers, but a lot of card draw, so I'm going to keep this. We'll probably Ren's Resolve on turn 3 and try to look for a turn 4. We'll lead on Mountain and pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Rustvale Bridge, indicating some sort of Boros deck. I'll play Mountain and pass. Just sticking to my plan. You don't really want to just jam the Reckless Impulse right away, because if you hit 2 lands, you can't cast or play both of those lands. And we also want to try to maximize the ability to cast the spells. Jeskai Ephemerate, it looks like. So they've got an Augur of Bolas. They find a Lorien Revealed. Let's jam this Reckless Impulse. Finding a Mountain. Now I can pass. On the next turn, we're looking at probably casting the big score if we can. Our opponent plays an island, so they might have a counter spell. Gets in for 1. I'll go Rite of Flame. Let's try Manamorphose. Red-green. Alright, we'll just big score the Pirate's Pillage. I'm expecting this to get counterspelled. Yep. Counterspell decks are not very fun when you're playing combo. They cycle the Lorien. Maybe I should have just gone for a Reckless Impulse overall and just let that big score go away. Especially considering I discarded a big score. That's probably would have been a better play. They get in for 1. They didn't find a land? No, they have the island in hand. They're just moving slow. Brainstorm from the opponent. It's turn 4. They've used almost 4 minutes of their clock. So if every turn takes a minute of their time, then I guess we have to play to the timeout. I'll try Reckless Impulse and play a Woodlot. I'll pass the turn. So we're in the same scenario as before, where we have the Pirate's Pillage that we can cast, but don't really know what to discard to it. My opponent Wildfires my land, so we'll go ahead and grab a forest. Plays an island. They're getting in for 1. Let's just cast another Ren's Resolve, and then play out the Flame Breather here. My expectation is that they have a removal spell, but it's fine. The 1 pillage is going to go away forever. They play Union of the Third Path. That card's kind of neat because it gives them life gain and a little bit of card draw. But basically just like a draw 1, a cycler that gains them 5 life, which can sometimes be good. And they Wildfire their land to get another land. They grab a Plains, so they'll now have like the Ephemerate combo online. 5 cards in hand. They don't attack. Let's try Ren's Resolve again. They go to 24. Looks like that resolves. Let's try another Reckless Impulse. Finding a Mountain. And we'll pass the turn. So I can maybe Sprouting Vines depending on how they want to interact with my Seething Songs and stuff, but we're going to lose another pillage. Our opponent plays out their Archaeomancer. They're grabbing the Lorien Revealed. They hadn't played a land this turn, so that allows them to cycle for an island and hold up Counterspell. Plays the island. Now we can assume that they have Counterspell Ephemerate in hand. Okay. Let's start with Manamorphose. Use that card. We'll go red-green. If they counterspell this, we're probably in a really good position in the turn. Red-green. Finding a Needle. Let's play the Needle. Play out. We can hard cast, hold control, cast the Ren's Resolve, and then cast the Sprouting Vines. So this will give us 3 lands, one of which will discard to hand size. But that gives us more opportunities to use our big scores. We'll go, I definitely wanted to get stuff out of the way, so I'll grab a forest, and a mountain. I only have a couple of lands left, 4 lands in the deck left. Goes for the Ephemerate Counterspell. Discard a forest. They Ephemerate, grabbing the Ephemerate again. Evoke a Drifter, Ephemerate the Mole Drifter. That gives them the opportunity to draw into a counterspell. They're drawing 4 cards with that. Very strong. But they can't Ephemerate back the counterspell that they have. So it could indicate that they currently have a counterspell. They let it go, meaning that they did not draw the counterspell. 6 cards in hand. They're passing. We find a Narcomancer. Let's start off with a pillage on a land. So if they go Ephemerate Counterspell, then I can go a Narcomancer into Seething Song. They're doing the Ephemerate. I guess I have to hope they don't have a removal spell. Counterspell. Okay. Land. Cast a Narcomancer. We'll cast the Seething Song. They've got a removal spell. Good for them. Nicely done. Nicely done. They're at 15 minutes on clock. It's turn 9. We'll Manamorphose. We'll make green. I have 5 mana, so I'll big score here. Pitching the Seething Song. Trying to draw into my Snake Umbra now. Another Vines. Is that good or not? I guess it is. Just all action left. We don't have very many basics though. So now they can strip mine us with a Wildfire. Get the last 2 basics. I think I'm going to attack just to cause them a little bit of having used their clock. Block, okay. We'll F6. I think I probably need to cast the Anarchomancer first and see if they want to use Counterspell on that. I grab the Landscape, casting a Murmuring Mystic. That doesn't accomplish that much. I guess it's giving them a clock. We'll try the Anarchomancer. Cast Reckless Impulse. They go for Ephemerate Counterspell. Lightning Bolt. That sucks. They had a Counterspell in hand. Okay, so if we big score right now, we might draw into the Snake Umbra and then get that on the Flame Breather. We didn't. We can go green, red, play the Anarchomancer, play a Ren's Resolve. So everything is action now, which is good. They're at 12. We'll pass the turn. So now they know that they need to get back the Counterspell or a removal spell. I don't know, I guess they didn't use the Ephemerate yet. Good for them. They got the Ephemerate going. Gets back Counterspell, so... And then they can get back Counterspell again. Second Ephemerate. Gets back the Counterspell. I guess my advice would be, if you're going to play this kind of deck, you need to actually take actions in a more reasonable manner. They're at 13 minutes on clock. Spend more than 1 minute per turn now. Ephemerate. Okay. Returns Counterspell. So they're holding double Counterspell now. We'll play Kessig Flame Breather. I mean, play the Thornscape. Make them take actions. Pretty boring. Let's see. Snake Umbra. Got the Counterspell. Attack. They take it and go to 9. We'll F6. Goes for the Ephemerate to get back the Ephemerate, to get back the Counterspell, I imagine, or removal spell. Let's see, they have 8 creatures in play. or in that are flying. So it would be advantageous for them to go for Ephemerate for Lightning Bolt, because then they could just kill me with the Lightning Bolt. They've maintained control this entire match or game, and don't think they're going to make it on clock. Gets back Counterspell. We're looking for something we can cast. Cast Rite of Flame. Okay. Go ahead and attack in. Their turn. So the best thing for them to do is F6 and not use the Ephemerate and then use the attacks. Okay, so they're attacking in. We're going to double block here. Make them use their time. Man, that was just the worst. All right, so we want to bring in the Mountain, the Cane, Pyroblast. We cut all the Snake Umbras. And then perhaps some number of Flame Breathers. Yeah, because we don't really need them. Our plan is to Sprouting Vines and Pyroblast our way through the deck. I hope that will be enough. But this does make sideboarding a little bit easier. Okay, let's see how they can accomplish this. Let's try to win the game. So we've got, let's keep this. Bunch of mountains. We can go Rite of Flame, pillage the, Seething Song, pillage the Rite of Flame, or Rite of Flame, pillage the Seething Song. Pass the turn. They play a tap land. I'll play a mountain and pass. They play an island. Looks like they might pass. Okay. Looking for some pyros now. Play mountain, pass the turn. They play a volatile fjord. Find a forest. I'll pass the turn. Opponent passes after playing a land. We'll play a land and pass. The longer the game goes, the more advantaged we are. They get a floodplain. Plays the floodplain. I could find, okay, we found the Sprouting Vines. So let's go Rite of Flame. Seething Song. Play another Seething Song. Cast the Sprouting Vines. We'll get Forest. And then Mountain. Mountain. And Mountain. Play a Mountain. Pass a turn. I'm not going to take actions unless they have tapped very low. Plays a land. Okay. I'll play a land. Pass a turn. I'm sort of afraid to play the Cane out because I feel like I could get countered. They're at 11 minutes on clock. They Wildfire their land. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Let's try... I guess I'll just play a land right now. Pass a turn. I have 8 mana in play. I can cast both Pirates' Pillages. They Brainstorm. Cast an Augur of Bolas. Not the fastest clock in the world. Oh, actually, Big Score is an instant, so... They find a Thraben Charm. I guess that they knew that I was going to do the Cane stuff, huh? That's kind of annoying. Try Big Score the Mountain. Uses a Counterspell. I guess that was bad for me because they had 8 cards in hand. Play a Needle. Pass the turn. I should have tried to let them discard the hand size. They're going to Wildfire again. They have just as much mana as we do, if not more. I mean, definitely more, I guess. We have 10 mana in play. They have 9 mana in play. Take the 1. They discard the hand size. Pass the turn. If I were them, I would be very concerned about trying to put a clock on. They're going to get in for 1 again. And discard the hand size, looks like. They have a Kenku. They go Drifter. Ephemerate the Mole Drifter. Maybe I should have responded with a Manamorphose for a potential Pyroblast. They're going to discard 2 cards. Let's try casting Thornscape Familiar. They go Skred, I'll Manamorphose. Make red-green. Red-green. Manamorphose again. Red-red. Sprouting Vines, nice. I don't think I have any basics left. 2 basics. We pass the turn. Finally drawing a Reckless Impulse is good. Our opponent Ephemerates their Mole Drifter. Plays a Mountain. They have 8 cards in hand. They Brainstorm. Plays the Archaeomancer to get back the Ephemerate. No, they get back Counterspell. Gets in for 1. They don't have Ephemerate in exile. It's weird that they got back the Counterspell. Okay, so we have a Pyroblast. Let's try Reckless Impulse. Use a counterspell. They have a Hydroblast. Let's counter right back. Fireblast. Dispel. Okay. Try to get rid of a land. Discard the mountain. I guess this is bad. They just have Ephemerate. Okay. You know what? I'm over it. My opponent played very slow, but I don't think we could actually win the timeout war because they eventually got there. We'll try to not pair against blue. Okay. Round 2, we're on the draw versus Zamu. No. Mono blue fairies? Ew. Let's play Needle and pass. At least if they ninja, we can get the Kessig down and then try to block the ninja. They're just passing. Okay, land go. Plays a Brine Barrow. Getting in. Okay, I'll play another Woodlot. Gives me some more mana. Another 2 damage, it looks like. Okay, land. This is sorcery. Let's Pirate's Pillage, discarding the mountain. They go counterspell. Okay, so now I will Sprouting Vines and get 3 lands. Mountain, forest. They play a land. Getting in for 2 again. Guess they're just holding counterspells. I'll pass the turn. Still no ninjas or anything. Keep taking damage. I'll pass the turn. We're almost to the point where we could start trying to do something. Pass again. They have 4 mana in play. Get in for 3. Play a land. I'm going to pass. On their end step, I'll cycle a Manamorphose, I think. Get in for 3. We're at 5. So it's pretty close to having to go for it. So they could just like double ninja. Manamorphose. Go red-green. Finding a Rite of Flame. Okay. And a Pillage. So let's go Rite of Flame. Seething Song. Pirate's Pillage. Discard the forest. They have to use Counterspell if they want to counter that. They don't have Counterspell. I'll try Ren's Resolve. I feel like they have Spell Stutter. Let's play the Flame Breather. Spell Stutter number 1. Play a Flame Breather again. Spell Stutter number 2. No, Snap. Okay, so that is Spell Stutter number 2, I guess. Yep. Reckless Impulse. Find the Anarchomancer. So red-green. Play the Anarchomancer. Manamorphose. We make red-red. We go Seething Song. Reckless Impulse. We have to big score pitching this Anarchomancer. Red. Seething Song. Ren's Resolve. Reckless Impulse. I don't know if we're going to have enough. Okay, so the forest. Land. Kessig. Yes. Okay, everybody. Combo time. Snake Umbra. Now we have to get it done. We only have 1 Kessig left in the deck. Manamorphose. And we'll say yes. Would be happy to draw a card. Nice, we drew a Seething Song. Okay, Rite of Flame. Draw a card. Ren's Resolve, draw a card. Yes. Okay, nice. Got the Anarchomancer. Got the Seething Song. Draw a card. There's the Flame Breather. That means we can win. Reckless Impulse, draw a card. Okay. We can big score away the Anarchomancer. Unfortunate. Draw some cards. Okay, so now we have the Thornscape for 1 mana, which makes big score 1 mana and gives us mana back. This is how I drew it up. Patience. Okay, and now we can Snake Umbra on this Flame Breather. Draw a card. And then Rite of Flame. Zoom in. Who needs to loop the deck? Doom. I'm drawing all the cards. And now I probably should stop drawing the cards. So let's go Pirate's Pillage, discard the mountain. I'll say no. They scoop, yes. All right, I did what I wanted to do there. That was awesome. We have to figure out if Sprouting Vines combo or Pyroblast to protect my stuff is better against this deck. I still think the Sprouting Vines combo is better. We're gonna bring in all the Pyros. Cut the Snake Umbra. Bring in a Cane. bring in a mountain, and we're going to cut 2 flame breathers. Okay, so we do have a pyroblast. I will keep. We want to just pyro their first creature. They've mulliganed to 4. Okay, 3 now. Wow. Oh my goodness. We're going to take a match, hopefully. Come on. We got this, guys and gals, and everyone in between. Y'all, we're going to make... I'm ready for this. So they need to go land, fairy, hacker. That is the 3 cards they need to keep, which means that my land pyroblast is going to stop them completely, hopefully. They keep 3. They go island. Lays the fairy seer. Let's see how they scry. Top, bottom. Well, I'm going to go ahead and murder this one. Pass the turn. They play island and the hacker. Let's go land and a narcomancer. I will trade. Block. Let's play out the familiar. Land. Yes. They play island of 1 mine for 3 mana. So here we have... Okay, so I think I start on the Ren's Resolve. In case I draw a cost reducer. Find the flame breather. Okay. So I can go flame breather, land, seething song, cast the sprouting vines, and that'll give me some mana. This is a mini combo time, so I'm gonna take it. Let's just get the mountains. I'll take 1 forest to discard, and then the rest mountains. Maybe another forest to discard. We'll pillage away a forest. So much mana now. I don't really think I need to do anything else. I'm just going to attack for 2. That was awesome. Or opponent mulligan to 3. The variants killed them. Really stinks. They do have really good choice in islands, though. Let's start off with the Reckless Impulse. Resolves. Ooh, an Archomancer. Yeah, we win! On to round 3. All right, let's play first. Ooh, this is a good hand. Keep. Wow. Okay, so we have a quick Snake Umbra combo. We can go land, turn 2, a Narcomancer, Thornscape, and then turn 3, we can Flame Breather, Snake Umbra. So if I draw a Ritual, we could have a turn 3. Don't know what our opponent's playing. They mulligan to 5. That is the kind of variance that I'm up for, I guess, but mulligan to 5 could mean that they have a fast combo win. Okay, we'll start off with the Woodlot. This mix of Woodlot and like depletions plus basics has actually been pretty good. This forest. So we are expecting maybe Glee, Jasper Sentinel. They're on walls. Okay. Land. This is interesting. I could go Thornscape plus Kessig, but then the Snake Umbra is not discounted. So I'll go a Narcomancer into Thornscape Familiar. They've mulliganed to 5. Oh, it could be Elves as well. Generous End. So it could be Elves. Elves has been playing Generous End so that they can play the creature that, yeah, it is Elves, that will exile an artifact or enchantment by exiling a creature from your graveyard that I always forget the name of. But we might see it, and then I won't have to remember the name. Sprouting Vines. So I can go Reckless Impulse into Sprouting Vines, cast the Reckless Impulse, and then we'll go cast Sprouting Vines, get a Forest, get a Mountain, play the Mountain, play the Kessig, pass a turn. I could attack into their creatures, but I want to keep my things around. So next turn is probably Snake Umbra, Ren's Resolve. Although, if they do have the exile enchantment creature, then we won't have the Snake Umbra for very long. Definitely looking to try and draw into a some sort of ritual. If I find a ritual, I'm probably going to win. Nice. Okay, so play a land. Start with the Snake Umbra here. Cast Manamorphose. We'll draw a card because it is combo time. Let's do this. Red, red. And now I could go red, green if I wanted. Let's just go Ren's Resolve first and see what we draw. Just looking for some rituals. Big score is not a ritual. We find a pillage. Manamorphose, making red. Draw a card. Red. Now we can play the Seething Song, and now it's easy peasy. Really just always had it. Never worried at all. Discard the land. Draw some cards. Oh yeah. And Snake Umbra here again. Wait, let's make green. A Narcomancer. Into Flame Breather. Yeah, maximize everything. This makes, with 2 Narcomancers, it makes a Snake Umbra cost 1. Let's draw a card. And then proceed to go way over the top. So far over the top. Okay, you're at 10. Flame Breather. We have 2 mana left, so let's start with Reckless Impulse. Looking for something to discard to the big scores. Find a mountain, drawing some cards. Let's big score away the mountain. Wee! Zap. Okay. Play the Rite of Flame. Drawing cards, because I want to keep doing it. And then it would be really fun to play the Snake Umbra for the win. Snake Umbra. You're dead. Sick. Our opponent loves it too. That was sweet. So we basically have to just race them, and that means that I need everything possible. Can't really afford to go for the looping. That could be a problem if they hold up a Weather the Storm though. So maybe we can trim something for a Cane. I already submitted. No, I didn't yet. We'll trim 1 Seething Song for the Cane. And then we'll find out if they're holding up the Weather the Storms. Here we have a hand that's on the edge of a keep. Our opponent has kept 7. We need to find 1 land in the top 2. I'll use the hypergeometric calculator. The calculator said I have a 43% chance. I'm going to mulligan. This is a lot better. Keep. And we can put back the mountain. So we'll go land, turn 2 Narcomancer, turn 3 Rite of Flame, Reckless Impulse, Sprouting Vines in response to the Reckless Impulse. They have Jasper Sentinel. I'm hoping they don't have too many Hydroblasts in their deck. Mountain, pass the turn. When it plays a Forest, Well-Wisher, okay. That is a reason to have the Cane in the deck. It's probably not going to be enough life though. Play Narcomancer and see if they have a Hydroblast. They did not. Okay. Generous end for the opponent into a forest. Okay, so one day I will remember the name of this card, but not today. 3 cards in hand. They played the forest that we knew about. Uh-oh. Black. Mezfiend, huh? Blech. Let's see what they take. I guess I would take the Reckless Impulse. But then here I'm going to go right. I'm just probably going to Snake Umbra on the Narcomancer. I don't know what the correct pick is. Feels like it's the Reckless Impulse. That's also the thing that's the most replaceable in my deck. That's what they take. So I can Snake Umbra, get in. If they block, I get my Reckless back. If they don't block, I get a card. I'll start with Manamorphose. Or red. Maybe red-green? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Rite of Flame. Have this for green. Snake Umbra here. And then we just play Sprouting Vines. So we're drawing a bunch of lands. Grab mountains. And then 1 forest. This deck is so much fun. I just love playing these kinds of storm decks. Definitely a beating to lose to blue so slowly. They cycle another Generous End for a forest. Get in. Do you want to block? They choose to block. Great. So now I'll go land and Reckless Impulse. Another Umbra. Not the greatest. I guess I can just super suit up my Narcomancer. 4 mana. Are they going to play the Avenging Hunter here? Yes. Interesting. Nyxborn Hydra as a 4/5. Oh. Kessig? No. Play the Needle. Play the Snake Umbra again. Pass the turn. They've got a land. So if they attack with the Hydra, then I just swing back as well. Okay, and then they have to just jump. Or I draw 2 cards. They have 2 cards in hand. They have another Hydra. Okay. Yes. Okay. Flame Breather. Snake Umbra. Can we do it? Cast a Seething Song. Is it combo time? I'll get ready for it. We can draw at least 2 cards here. Thornscape. Cast a Feldon's Cane. A little nervous about it. Draw a card. We found a big score. Play the Thornscape Familiar for 1 mana. Big score. Pitch the Mountain. We're going to draw a card. Sprouting Vines. So I think I do cast the Sprouting Vines. Maybe not. I've got some things to discard still. Let's just try the Reckless Impulse. We can draw our whole deck without casting Sprouting Vines. No big deal. Cast Seething Song. Ping you. Yes, another Kasig. Kasig. Guess now I cast the Sprouting Vines, since there's plenty of mana available. And then we'll put this underneath the Storm Trigger, so I get a land out of the way. Get the land, so I'll yield to this turn. That way I don't have to click the triggers. Oh my goodness. The windows are all over the place. Okay, get the mountain and another forest. Now we just okay to these. Draw a card. And no basics to find. Let's expand this. Go green. Thornscape. Now Pillage costs 1 mana. I do have to turn off my auto yield so I don't accidentally draw my deck or deck out. I mean, pass the turn. What am I talking about? I'm just having too much fun. Draw some cards. This was sick. Really, really cool. Draw some more cards. GG, opponent. They gave me the GG in chat. We'll see in round 4. Round 4 versus Hype. I think they've been on a Jund mid-range pile and not the... Okay, so I'm going to keep this. I think here I put back the Umbra and try to play into the Sprouting Vines. So Hype was the person that really liked playing the Snarling Gorehound in the Glee deck. They lead on a Dross Forge Bridge. Play a Needle. I'm a little concerned about not having lands. Sort of why Sprouting Vines was looking good to me as well. This might be another version of a matchup where we want to cut on the Snake Umbras and then just go like max protection plus the Feldon's Cane. We can expect them to probably have Weathers post board though, and even in their main deck. They play Slagwood's Bridge. Try to draw on some lands with his Reckless Impulse. If I whiff, I'll be sad. We found Manamorphose and Rite of Flame. We play Nile Spellbomb. Refurbish Familiar. We'll discard 1 Narcomancer. Finding another Narcomancer. Go Rite of Flame. Narcomancer. Uh-oh. Didn't work. Yeah. Manamorphose. Or green. Red. Narcomancer, Reckless Impulse, and concede probably to a Lightning Bolt here. Alright, it's over. Did not have any mana. So in 15 cards, we found 1 land. The first land was at 17 cards deep. That was bad. Okay, so bring this in, bring this in. Cut one of these, cut these. Bring in some Apostles' Blessings. And we'll submit. Okay, we're on the play. Mulligan. Ugh, this is just as bad. Mulligan again. Okay. We can keep. Get rid of Blessing Flame Breather. And then lead on a land. We're just going to make some land drops for a while. Land. That's the turn. Our opponent plays Great Furnace. Oh, wait. Refurbish Familiar. I really dislike that card. So if I Seething Song to 5 and Pillage to 4, then I can Sprouting Vines. Yep, Seething Song. Oh no, that didn't. Oh god, never mind. Well, I punted it so hard. Okay, I'm just gonna quit this match. I thought it was an instant. Okay, let's see what we'd have drawn. Nothing. What a bummer. Okay, I feel really bad about that. Let's go to round 5. Okay, let's pick up the pieces. This is probably pretty keepable. I'll lead on the Needle in case I feel like I want to resolve on turn 2. I don't think I do. This has 5 mana, so we could cast Kessig plus the Snake Umbra right away. Oh wow. I'm gonna pass. One more ritual and I have a turn 3 potentially lined up. They play Mistvault Bridge. You can't Galvanic right now. Let's go Ren's Resolve and Reckless Impulse. Dang. Pass the turn. Now I'm just worried that they're able to hold up removal spells. Find a land. Go Rite of Flame to Manamorphose for red-green. Okay, we have an Anarchomancer. Play the Anarchomancer. Try the Ren's Resolve. They blast my guy. So now let's respond with the Sprouting Vines. We'll grab the Forest again. Yeah, just get all the lands out of the deck. Almost all of the basics. Affinity is almost impossible to beat. Okay, pass. Discard land and land. They play a Drawswords Bridge. I'm trying hard. Thoughtcaster the opponent. Come on, tap out. You won't tap out. Plays Refurbished Familiar. Discarding a mountain. I'm glad that I had that available. That's an option. Okay. Narcomancer. Play Flame Breather. Pass. Kills the Narcomancer. They're playing an Ichor Wellspring. So I still have potentially the Snake Umbra. They've used 2 Galvanics so far. So Mere Enforcer, Nile Spellbomb. We're just doing the Affinity thing. Okay. Let's try Snake Umbra on the Flame Breather. Do they have another removal spell in hand? What a baller. They did. Jeez. Guess I just Reckless Impulse. I feel like there's no chance for me now. Play a land. Pass the turn. But I think against Affinity, I can't rely on the Sprouting Vines and I have to just be fast. So I need to bring in my protection, I guess. Plays a Blood Fountain. Just drawing cards. They got to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring, draw like a million cards. Oh well. We have Snake Umbra again. Interesting. Let's pillage this forest. Drawing cards. Then cast a Reckless Impulse. Looking for lands. Do not find lands. Pass the turn. Our opponent discards a land. And Deadly Disputes. Reckoner's Bargain on their Nile Spellbomb. Let's see if they pay the black to get extra value. They did. 5 cards in hand. 6 when they go to their draw step. Okay, so they have 6 power right now, which means that next turn we're dead. They have double Galvanic in hand. Probably. They discard us with the Refurbished Familiar. I'll discard the Sprouting Vines, I guess. Blood Fountain. So gross. Discards Toxin. It plays in Makeshift Munitions. I mean, yeah, you win. You win. This deck is like so much fun, but at the same time, if you're planning on just not pairing into Affinity and blue, how do you win? Oh man. Let's see. So I need to get rid of maybe one Anarchomancer for the Blessing. Maybe bring in a mountain. Cutting 1 pillage. Let's play. Mulligan a 1-lander. 1-lander again. But I'm keeping this one. I'll just put back the second song. Okay. Our opponent mulligans to 6 as well. So we'll play the Woodlot and pass. Okay. I have a Thornscape. I have a protection spell. Next turn I can Manamorphose. So I'll have red, green, then Seething Song, Reckless. Plays a Nile Spellbomb. I guess they could have Hydroblast here. That would really screw me. Best draw would be a land. I did not draw a land. I'm going to attack. I just am assuming that they have Hydroblast based on the way they're doing. They didn't play out their... Okay. They Deadly Dispute the Spellbomb, which gives them red mana, but Apostle's Blessing costs 0 because it's a white spell. Not today. Protection from red. So that worked out the way I planned. So I gotta be happy about that. But let's see if they have a Hydroblast. So I will start with Reckless Impulse. Them not having a Hydroblast here would be very surprising. They have the Hydroblast. So now let's go Manamorphose. Red, red. Oh my god. Seething Song. Flame Breather. Umbra. Yes. Reckless Impulse. Can we get there? On a big score? Alright, couldn't get there. Let's just attack in for 2. Bam! Next turn I have Seething Song at the big score. Rogus BR like, what? Force of Will. Plays a Silver Bluff Bridge. They could Hydroblast this. Let's go Mountain. Start with the Seething Song, I guess. Looks like they have nothing. That means it's combo time. Boom, ba-doom, boom. GG, I guess. At least we can take one game here. Yep, we're drawing cards. We found the Apostle's Blessing. Play Manamorphose. Draw a card. Finding a Narcomancer, so we'll go green, green. Play a Narcomancer. Play Reckless Impulse. Find a Thornscape. Let's play a Thornscape Familiar. And let me expand this so people can see what's going on here. But I think it is easy peasy. They said combo time. It is combo time. The excitement is real. Okay, so let's pillage away a land. Draw some cards. Zap your opponent. Wee. Okay, we are running out of mana, so I have to big score the Anarchomancer. Draw another card. Finding Rite of Flame. And now we can go Rite of Flame, draw a card. And then Kessig, Kessig, Rite of Flame. Put you to 3, draw a card. And Wrench Resolve. We got there. Okay, let's see if we can take the game and get the 3-2. I really need my play points back. Try again. So that is a reason to be playing Thornscape Familiar in the deck. Okay, so we have a very, very similar hand. I'm going to keep. They go Drawsforge Bridge. Play Woodlot. Seed of the Synod into Wellspring. Can I find an untapped land? Let's try Manamorphose for red-green. Okay, I play a land. I have to keep the Manamorphose around. Sort of a bummer. I can go Seething Song into Manamorphose. 5. Go to Thornscape Familiar. Okay. Or I just play the Thornscape right now and go red-green. Or I'll try that. Thornscape. Manamorphose for red-green. And then we'll Rite of Flame into the Snake Umbra. And pass. Maybe my Thornscape Familiar is going to go the distance. That would be really funny. They play Seated Synod. Thoughtcast. They're passing. Okay. Do I draw a red land? I draw the Kessig. I'm going to attack with the Thornscape and try to draw a card. We draw a Mountain. Oh man, I'm wicked close. We're going to pass, I think. They Deadly Dispute their Wellspring. Plays a Refurbished Familiar. Not my favorite part of the day. Get rid of Seething Song. They have 2 Hydroblasts available. Thoughtcast. 2 mana open. Okay. They go to clean up. So they're holding something. Discarding a bunch of stuff. So I'll start with the Flame Breather, I guess. They allow it. I'll play a land. Play a Seething Song. Ping you. They Blue Blast the Seething Song. Okay. Guess I'm passing for the moment. Next turn I can go Snake Umbra plus Apostle's Blessing. Mirror Enforcer for the opponent. So if I give the Kessig protection from artifacts, then it can attack through the Enforcer. Another Enforcer. Pretty scary. Let's play Snake Umbra on the Kessig. They have a cast down. I will protect it. Okay. They got me. I tried my hardest. And we will go ahead and scoop it up. I could not handle that. That is for sure. That was really fun, doing the combo of everything, having the option to do both things. I think there's something there. Once again, I mean, Affinity, any deck that plays Hydroblast has been very, very tough for this deck to beat, and that's really just what it comes down to. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video.